You got equipment? I'm like, yeah, I got equipment. Little did I not, I didn't have equipment, right? Say yes now, commit later. And they said, how much do you charge? And I freaked out because I didn't want to charge them too less and then get screwed over because I really wanted the gig. And at the same time, I didn't want to charge them too much. And then they said no, right? So you guys don't realize where this all started for me. So I kind of like did one of those things, and you guys don't even know, right? You don't even know because I read it in Gary Vee, but it's called jab, jab, hook, right? So it's like value, value, then pitch. So you know what I told them? I was like, listen, I don't even know you guys. And you're asking for me to go across the country with you, go across the world with you to be able to film you. I don't even know you guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do these 2 videos for free. And then from there, we'll be able to see if we like working with each other. We can talk money after that. They looked at each other. They're like, all right, let's do it. And 2 weeks later, I was on my first world tour with people that I really didn't even know. Guys, I didn't know what a chairman was at the time. I didn't know who Matt Rosa and Jason Brown were. To me, they were just clients that were hiring me for a gig, that were crazy enough to fly me out to South America. But when we landed in Ecuador, that's when my mindset changed. When I landed in Ecuador, there was 30 individuals waiting for us with balloons and signs, welcome Jason and Matt, shouting up and down. And guys, I fly back home to Orlando. The only person waiting for me at the airport is an Uber driver, right? So I was like, what the hell? My family lives in Orlando, okay? So I'm like, what the heck did these guys do to those people in Ecuador that they never met before online for them to have such gratitude, for them to be so excited to meet them? And that's when I realized how powerful this business is, where a text message, a DM, a Facebook, a messenger message can literally change someone's life. Little did I know the average income in Ecuador is $600 to $1,000 a month. And there was multiple platinum 5,000s there, multiple platinum 2,000s there, multiple platinum 1,000s there, that lives have been changed by a message they sent. Guys, I grew up, my mother telling me not to talk to strangers. Today, I made more money with strangers than I have with my friends and family. And, you know, today I am a sneeze away from chairman. And, you know, I've done so. I've been through the ups and downs in this business. And, you know, I'm grateful to say that, guys, I've built this thing from the ground up. And, you know, I've had Jason and Matt on 1 or 2 or 3, maybe tops team calls. And, you know, I really have refrained. And I don't know if it's ego or I don't know if it's me just really wanting to be able to do this myself. But I really have refrained from trying to utilize their mentorship. I've watched them enough. I've studied their every move. But when it comes to building this business, I wanted to make sure I did this myself. And that's what is really cool about this business, that anyone can do it. People are not going to see, you know, Jay, they used to be the cameraman, right? They'd be like, yo, tell me your cameraman. I said, call me a cameraman one more time. I'm going to smack you, right? I'm not a cameraman. I'm an entrepreneur. And realistically, guys, this is where it all began for me. And I'm going to take you through a couple trainings that I've learned, not just through this business, but just through my entrepreneurship journey. I've been through ups and downs in life, as through all of you, but I really believe that note takers are money makers. And what I'm going to share with you today's goal is to really just break through some limiting beliefs and help you become the leader that is necessary to really ignite your own business. Now, when I got started in this, I had $500 to my name. I had a car bill, insurance, you know, all these different things coming up, but I knew I had to do something different because I found myself in this financial prison, but realistically, I was the one who built the prison. And that's when I realized some things have to change. You know, a lot of people are conflicted with this decision at one point or another in their life, and it's choosing to make money or choosing what is really important to them. And that's a decision that's made hundreds of times throughout someone's life. Do I choose to make money or do I choose to go to my grandmother's birthday? It's her 90th birthday, right? Do I choose to go to work or do I choose to be there for my little sister's first cheerleading, right, event? Do I choose to, you know, run this event or run this webinar, or do I choose to have dinner with my family tonight? And every day that you choose to make a living as opposed to actually living, you're denying yourself of your own purpose and your mission. My goal is not to take days off. You know, they say team, no sleep, no days off, grind, 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 this, that, that. I want to work hard to where I don't have to take days off. I can take seasons off, sometimes years off, where I can just disconnect and go sit on a beach in Bali and just work from my computer and just feel like I'm taking off, but I'm not. I just have a business that works for me. So just because you are pursuing financial freedom doesn't mean you don't do something. It just means you do whatever you want. And the whole goal of this call is to really help you guys understand that I'm not some hired gun. I'm not on this call because they've asked me to be on this call. I'm on this call because I'm a student of these calls. I've been on these calls every single Wednesday, you know, designing my own financial blueprint, which is my inner belief about how much money I'm worth. So some of you guys might be happy with P1K, P2K, P5, Chairman 10, 25. What point do you say, you know what, I'm satisfied? It's interesting. I was sitting in the car with Matt Rosa not too long ago, and I asked him, I said, hey, bro, when have you won? You've maxed out the compensation plan twice now. When is it that you just say, okay, I won? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to keep running calls. I don't have to keep going on tours. He said, Jay, this isn't a game that you win. This is a lifestyle. When you truly put people over profits and you live to lead, this isn't something you win. This is a lifestyle. You're continuing to grow into, continually attracting who it is that you want in your business. So I really want you guys to understand that your mind will discount the source of information if you don't find them valuable. You will discount the advice that I'm giving you if you don't feel like P5000 is valuable enough for you. But I'm here to tell you guys in front of, each and every single one of you guys, the back office just hasn't caught up with me yet, right? I've been a chairman. The MXM, the movement, I've been chairmans for a while now. The back office just hasn't caught up because success is a lagging indicator of your current action. So with that being said, I'm going to go straight into this training, and I want you guys to take notes. I want you guys to take notes throughout this and really understand that, there's a couple of different things going on right now in this company. And there are very gifted people on this call right now. There's chairmen on this call right now. There's unranked people on this call right now. There are traders. It doesn't matter. But it's not going to be the very gifted people on this call that creates the environment for success that I Am Mastery Academy needs to hit 1 million customers by the end of 2020. None of that is just going to happen by itself. It's going to be the leaders that are on this call that put together teams that will be and crafting in the moment, walking in preparation, and then executing on the day necessary so that other people can catch a vision in their life and participate in what it is that we're doing. And what we're doing right now is ripe in the world. You see, I've realized that in this business, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. There's a lot of money to be made. Trading, residual, doesn't matter, whatever it is that you feel, right? There's a lot of money on the table, but the people that are willing to go through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, the ups and downs of trading, the ups and downs of themselves that are going to actually be able to be at that table harvesting are few. So you see, the harvest is contingent on the leaders rising up, you and I. And everything lives and dies on the quality of leadership. We're blessed to be a part of this platform. We're blessed to have Bob Proctor. We're blessed to have Jason Brown, Alex Morton, Matt Rosa, Bryce Thompson, David Amanita. You guys don't even realize we have the best of the world a part of this company. And the crazy part is we're just getting started. So I really believe that we're a few months away from multiple chairmen popping in your city because of you. I really believe that we're multiple chairmen and P1000s and P150s popping to help I Am Mastery Academy get to 1 million customers by the end of 2020. But we just need another great leader to rise up. And that leader to rise up needs to be contingent on us becoming the leader that creates leaders, right? I really believe, guys, that we're one college campus away, one country away from a breakthrough. But for that to happen, we need leaders to rise up. And the whole goal of this call, the whole premise of this call is leadership. The whole goal of this call is to help you guys learn that leading is a lifestyle. It's not an action that you do throughout the day. It is a lifestyle in everything that you do. So you being on this call right now is you catching something new that you have a part to play in this. And if we all play our part together like a well-oiled machine, well then not only can God do anything, but we can do anything. You see, when the leaders lead, people will begin to offer themselves to be led. And no one is going to willingly offer themselves and submit themselves to be followers until we willingly submit ourselves to become leaders. We have been designed to lead as human beings. And I want you guys to understand, I don't just want to tell you how to think on this training. I want to give you things to do. And every training, leaders on this call, every training that you do should answer 2 questions. What do you want people to know? And what do you want people to do? And what I want you to know is that leadership is everything. And what I want you to do is write down these 5 things and apply them to your life. Write them down. Number 1, you got to have a vision. You see, successful people, being around a lot of successful people in my last 2 years in this business, is successful people operate from a state of where they're going to be. And average people operate from a state of where they are today. They operate from a stance of circumstance, right? From a state of circumstance. So if you don't know where you're going, if you don't have a vision, it doesn't matter. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this, but there's an awesome scene in Alice in Wonderland, right? The movie. And Alice comes to the crossroads, the thing that stands up and it has like the 2 roads crossing, right? And there's a cat at the top of the crossroads. And the cat asks her, where do you want to go? And she says, I don't know. And then the cat responds, well, then it doesn't matter. Because as leaders, the first starting point is that we all need a vision of where it is that we want to go. A vision is that thing when you close your eyes, what do you see? Is it you buying your mom a house? Is it you writing a check to pay off, the mortgage? Is you taking your grandparents on that dream vacation? Is it you buying your dream car? Is it you giving away millions of dollars every single year to the less fortunate around the world? Is it you building churches? What is your vision? You see, leaders don't operate from where they're at. They operate from where they're going. And you need to have a vision. You need to close your eyes. You need to have a vision for your life, for your relationships, and you certainly need a vision for this business. I mean, literally, guys, it sounds crazy, but you got to be crazy. Crazy people make crazy money. You have to close your eyes and say, man, I see thousands of people shouting my name at the next convention while I'm on stage delivering a training that is going to create hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of results. Come on, somebody, that has to fire you up. But yet so many people in life still have no idea of where they're going, let alone where it is that they are right now. Guys, you can run as fast as you want. You can hustle as much as you want. And you can Instagram and hashtag no days off. But listen to me, direction is more important than speed. I can go 100 mile an hour on the highway, but unless I'm taking the right exit, it doesn't matter. Because if you don't know where you're going, it doesn't matter. If you're building a team and you don't know what you want the results of that team to be, it doesn't matter. If you don't have an expectation from even jumping on this call, if you're showing up to this call and you don't have an expectation or something that you're going to utilize and take with you, being on this call doesn't matter. You're just here. Don't just be here to be here. Be here to go somewhere. And the main reason people have a problem maintaining consistency is because they don't have vision. The reason most people quit is because they're thinking short-term and not long-term. Vision helps you get the long-term idea of what the universe wants, that there is a runway. There's a runway, that there is more to life than this short-term moment, right? In the Bible, it even says that sin is pleasurable for a season, but it comes to an end. Don't get me wrong. I was a good sinner at one point. I thought it was fun, but it does not produce the things that you're looking for. I was a good procrastinator at one point. It was fun procrastinating. I thought diamonds are made under pressure and I work best under pressure. I want you guys to know that everything that you do and everything, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I want you to know that leadership matters. What I want you to do is I want you to get a vision. I want you to walk and come onto these trainings and events with a vision of what it could be, not what this call is. Right now, there is what? 211 people on this call? Not really. For me, there's 20,000 people on this call. I'm speaking as if there are 20,000 people on this call dropping their city, dropping fire emojis in the chat because I'm operating for what it could be, not what it is. I want you to look at your team for what it will be, what it could be, not what it is. I mean, we came in here amazing, everybody, but our best days are in front of us. You haven't taken your best trades, your biggest trades. You haven't had your most profitable week yet. The team that you are on right now isn't the biggest it's ever going to be. You have to think beyond it. We have to lead as if this is already double the size. We have to lead this company as if it's already $1 billion company, because are you operating as if everything around you is double the size? And this season that we're in right now is not a wasting season. It is a waiting season. We are being prepared. And I think the best thing about vision, write this down. This gives me goosebumps. This is my favorite thing that has helped me go through every difficult scenario in my life, because as long as you have vision, right, it gives pain purpose. The best thing about vision is that it gives pain purpose. You lost 20 people on your team. Painful, but it's purposeful. We're being prepared. You lost a couple trades, blew that one account, gives pain purpose. Number two thing I want you guys to write down is that the right vision, now you got a vision, but the right vision with the wrong people is irrelevant. Don't just get a vision, but build a team, because you have all the vision in the world. You can talk about it until your face, you're blue in the face. You can be a dreamer, right? Do we have any dreamers on this call? People that have big goals, big visions, big aspirations? Do we have any dreamers on this call? Because if we do, that's awesome. But the only way that a vision is going to be accomplished is because it requires multiple people. I hope you have a dream and vision so big that it requires more people than just you. You can always judge, check this out, you can always judge the size of your dream and vision by asking yourself, if your vision came true, would it change your world or would it change the world? Because a lot of people have vision for the small stuff that's all about us. Our mom, our grandma, our car, our house, about us hitting chairman, about us making $1,000 a day trading. But when you make it bigger than just you, right? That's when you know you have vision. The right vision with the wrong people is irrelevant. So how do you know who the right people are, right? Write this down because this is gonna help you a lot. The right people don't care about which direction you're headed. What? How does that make sense, Jay? How do the right people not care about which direction you're headed? This is huge. The right people are just happy to be on the bus with you. Have you ever been on a road trip with someone or in the car with the wrong person? And let's just talk about, in the car with that wrong person. And they're like, how long until we get there? Can you change the music? I'm cold. I'm hot. I'm hungry. I have to pee. That's the wrong person. But remember being in the car with that right person where you pass the exit because you're having such an amazing conversation, but you have to pee so bad, but you don't even care because you just want to get there because you're having a good time with that person. Drop a 111 in the chat if you guys know what I'm talking about. Because the right people, they don't care if you mix the exit. They don't care if you're going too slow, if you're going too fast, or if it's too hot, if it's too cold, because they're just happy to be in the vehicle with you. They're just happy to be on the trip with you. They care more about who and why than what. That the alignment with the person, with the goal, with the vision, with the mission is more important than the assignment. We are going to get somewhere. We trust the leader. We trust Chris Terry. We trust Jason Brown. We trust Matt Rosa. We trust that there is a vision for this company. But to be honest, I'm just pumped that I'm in this company. I'm just pumped that I'm on this call right now. I'm just pumped that I'm doing something, making momentum. I can take any seat in the bus, back of the bus, front of the bus, and I'm lit because I'm happy to be on this team. Whereas the wrong people, oh, I'm not on the next wave call. I didn't do this. This person hit P5. How are they doing that? How are they doing this? I'm not winning. This doesn't work. Blah, 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 blah. That's not the right people. They don't have a right vision. You got to ask yourself, are you an energy reducer? Or are you an energy producer? From the day one that someone comes into this business, everything we do is about energy and teamwork, about leadership. You don't just come into this business to do tasks. Yeah, we have tasks to do. Prospect, invite, take trades. Yes, we have a mission. But the mission is we are here to build people. In fact, if you're here on this call and in this organization and you have a team, your job isn't to come here and execute the task. You're in this call to build leaders, to build teams, to build yourself. Because we can all have vision in the world, but if we don't have the right people around it, we're never going to get there. So you got to ask yourself, are you the right person? Are you the reason why IM is going to hit 1 million customers by the end of 2020? It takes a lot of real leaders to say, my goodness, I need to cover this company's weaknesses and exploit the strengths. My goodness, I need to make sure that this call has 2,000 people on it. See, a lot of people are complainers. They all complain. Everyone can identify a solution, but it takes a real leader to identify a solution. It takes a real leader to identify a solution. Everyone can identify a problem. I got weaknesses. Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, everybody has weaknesses. But that's not why you're here. You're here to cover the weaknesses of your leaders. You're here is to make them exploit their strengths, make them feel that they sound like the best thing at the best things that they're good at, and everything else that they're not great at, you're going to cover them up. Because that's what an offensive and a defensive line in football does. Their job is to cover the weaknesses of the quarterback so the quarterback can score and the entire team can win as a unit. Your job is to carry the vision of where we're going and to share that vision. I wonder today where some of us have gotten our tongue loose, saying things about certain people in this company that we shouldn't have, speaking about other people when we too have flaws and weaknesses ourselves, where you weren't the team leader that you could have been, where you're blaming other people as opposed to taking responsibility. That's not a leader. That is not a leader. Rather than step in and say, you know what? Let me cover the weaknesses and let me make much of their strengths. Guys, there's 3 seasons we should always be living in as a leader. And there's never a season which you're not living in. If you're a real leader, the first season is recruit. A verb, meaning you actually have to find people, discover people, that you can't just put out a vibe and say, oh, I'm manifesting the best leader in the company to come into my team. That's not how it works. You have to reach out. You have to discover. You have to find, right? You have to be actively searching for talent. The second season you always have to be living in as a leader is raising up. Many times leadership is taking people to a place where they never wanted to go, never intended to go, but will thank you for you taking them there. I'm going to repeat that again. Many times leadership is taking people to a place where they never wanted to go, never intended to go, but will thank you for taking them there. And last, and this is the hardest thing, guys, this is why I sat at P2000 for so long, is I didn't know how to release. I wanted everything to be perfect. I figured if I didn't do it myself, it wouldn't go right, that they were going to fail, you know, that people were going to mess up. Like, what if they messed up that call? What if they messed up this? What if they messed up that? But I didn't realize the third season is releasing. You see, if your mom never let you go to the movies by yourself, you would have never became an adult. They would have never let you take your first steps from after crawling and maybe falling on your face. You wouldn't be walking today. I would never be where I am today as a leader if the people that coached me didn't tell me to just do it. My leaders on my team wouldn't be where they are today if I never said, hey, just run that call. Yeah, but I know you do it better, but I know you can do it too. You see, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the levels of your systems. And that's number 3. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And I realized this early on. You know, I would go on tour with Matt and Jason, and everything was dependent on me, my entire team. I ran the op calls. I did this. I did that. I was willing to do everything for everyone. And I didn't realize that I wasn't following a system. And the minute that I started releasing leaders and implementing a system and allowing my team to be free and fail freely and fail forward and come to them with constructive criticism, but allow them to observe them and inspect what it is that I expected of them. Until I had that system in place, you know, I really didn't grow my business. And what I want you to do is I want you to make a plan if you don't have it already, but stick to that plan and utilizing it, right? That you're provided in this company, that you're provided with training. Winners and losers have the same goal, guys, winning, right? A loser really didn't mean to lose. They just fell to the level of their systems. What is that system? How they practiced, how they executed. So meaning having a goal isn't enough. You need to use the systems on how to keep it accountable, how you're going to execute the vision. You build a team, how you're going to grow that trading account, how you're going to follow that plan, do stuff, do more stuff through different places, scaling, right? Your team. System is about having accountability and structure. We don't have to be in love with the system. We have to be in love with the mission. If the system doesn't reflect the mission, then it's the wrong system. Are you clarifying your system? Meaning, if your system doesn't clarify the mission of I Am Mastery Academy to enrich, empower, and educate over 1 million students by the end of 2020, then your system is flawed. And that's why there aren't 3,000 people on this call. In order to make an impact, we have to be saying the same thing, right? I'm going to show you guys. Let's do a little exercise on unification, on unity. What does unity look like? I want all 200 plus of you right now to drop your favorite color in the chat. Drop your favorite color in the chat. If you guys were shouting out loud right now, it would sound like gibberish, right? Blue, 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 black, red, blue. It's just sound like gibberish. Pause. Stop posting your favorite color in the chat. This is what unity looks like. No more colors. No more colors. Pause. This is what unity looks like. Everybody type blue and post it in the chat. That's unity. You see, when we're all on the same page, when we're working together in unison, our mission, our vision is unified. And as unity, we are way more powerful. If you clarify the system and make sure, look how beautiful that is. Blue, 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 blue. I don't even like blue, but whatever. It's unity. I don't need to love the system. I need to love the mission. Does that make sense? So we got to really focus on, you know, being able to say the same thing. If Brandon Boyd teaches the PS3 and I teach the PS3, is it the same PS3? Yeah, there's going to be little words here and there and little things that are different. But guys, duplication. The Big Mac is the same in Hong Kong as it is in Guatemala, as it is in Tokyo, as it is in Africa. They have a system. And you want your system in this business to be so foolproof, just like McDonald's. Guys, McDonald's is a multi-billion-dollar company ran by 16-year-olds around the world. Have you ever thought about that? Anyone can go in there and learn what to do because they have a system. They have a timer. They have everything set up. The station is perfectly designed. So that way, even if you are the person on this earth with the lowest IQ, you can still make a perfect Big Mac. And I want you to audit your system in your team and say, do I have a system that anyone can do? Is this a system where the average person can win? People will say, I can't do this. I have to see results first. This is difficult. Because it's not the goal, it's the system. Number 4. That was fire. Woo, right? So check this out. Number 4 is it's going to happen. You're going to have retracements in this business. You're going to lose money trading. It's inevitable. So I want you to prepare your expectations from the jump and understand that leading is inevitable to come with obstacles. Life is 10% what happens to you, 90% of how you react. I have had crazy, crazy things thrown at me in life. And it was really 10% what happened to me, about 90% how I react. And what I want you to know is everything lives and dies on leadership, as I said earlier, but that you should live to lead. What I would do if I were sitting in your shoes right now, if I were talking to myself as a Platinum 600, Platinum 1000, is I would get away from motivation and I'd really focus on determination. Motivation is short term. I'm not a motivational speaker. I want to be an irritational speaker. I want to irritate you to the point where you take action. That's my goal on these calls. I hope I'm not motivating anybody. I hope I'm irritating something inside of you that is going to make you move a little bit faster, wake up a little bit earlier, go to sleep a little bit later, speak with a little bit more love, with passion, because life is going to happen. And you need to predetermine right now your reactions when you de-rank. You need to predetermine right now your reactions when you lose money in your trading account. Are you going to over leverage? Are you going to get emotional? Are you going to cry? Are you going to feel depressed? It's not a question of if, the question is when. The storm is going to come. Wisdom can't prevent the storm. Life is going to happen. In leadership, problems are going to happen. Failure is not final. Failure is formative. Everyone's success is formed on mounds and mounds and mounds, and failure. Ask every single chairman 10 and plus. It shapes you. It helps you. And without the process, there is no performance. There is no product. You have to get the right idea around failure. Mistakes and challenges, obstacles give way to innovation. And I want you to know that it's not only the leader's job to build this team, it's your job to build this team. And a leader's job is to equip you on how to build this team, how to get to 1 million customers in IM. And last but not least, whenever you're going through trials and tribulations of the 5 notes, and I'm only going to take till 10:45 on this call, 10 minutes, not going to be an hour-long training, but I always think, I had family members die this year. People pass away because of coronavirus. Family members lost their job. The same family members that didn't listen to me 2 years ago to start this business, and today they'd be maybe Platinum 5000s, the ones complaining about losing their job and not having any income, filing for unemployment every single Sunday. I always try to think to myself, whenever life throws a curveball my way, is that someone somewhere is going through something worse. And I'm not saying that it's perfect today or that you've reached the vision today. In fact, if you have a huge vision, then you're going to be on this journey your entire life. And you need to prepare yourself mentally for that. But you got to have the right attitude. No matter what comes your way, no matter what the trade outcome is, no matter how many amount of no's you get, it could always be worse. I was walking down the street in, I believe it was Bratislava, with Brandon Boyd and Jason Brown. We were on tour in February right before London, and it was cold out. It was raining. And I remember walking down the street, and there was these 2 gentlemen on a ladder in the freezing cold. It had to have been like very, very cold outside. It was raining. It was wet. And they were cleaning windows. You know what I mean? Like literally on a ladder, cleaning windows. It was raining. They had clothes on, but the window was covered by an awning, so they still had to clean the windows even though it was raining. And I was just thinking to myself, man, they must be so cold. That must be so difficult. And like, what are they getting paid? Like $7, $8 an hour? Ouch. Like, damn. Like, I wish they just knew what it is that I knew, because they would do what it is that I do. And I looked over at Brandon, and he's like, man, I'm so glad I got 50,000 no's to get to 5,000 yeses. I looked at him and I was like, wow, that's a perspective to have. Some people rather take the short-term pleasure, work for an hour, get $10, as opposed to contact 50,000 people, get 50,000 no's, get 5,000 yeses. That's interesting. That's a way to think about it. So I want you guys to play it 100%. And not for me. It doesn't affect me. You get out of something what you put into something. And I'll never tell you that hitting even P5000 is easy. It's easy in concept, 90, 90, 45, right? Chairman's easy in concept, 200, 200, 100. Successful people get what they get because they do what others don't. Motivation doesn't work. Being irritated does. The only time something irritates someone is because it's true. Is your mom still working? Is your grandmother on Social Security? Does your family look at the right side of the menu at the price before they look at what they want to eat? Is your mom worrying about bills today? Are you worrying about bills today? It's the first of the month. How much is left in your bank account after you pay your bills? And if you don't have tens of thousands of dollars in there, it's not because you're not worthy. It's because you're not good at managing your money. You're not good at managing your time. And if that's true, be irritated. Because it has nothing to do with me, but everything to do with you. Guys, we all hear being woke, right? I'm woke. Being awoke means being conscious of yourself and how you do things. You're not woke if you still have bad habits. You're not woke if you still have bad eating habits. You're not woke if you didn't prospect today, if you didn't take a trade today. When you work on you and become brutally honest to yourself, I'm type of the brutally honest you have with yourself where you're looking in the mirror and you're in tears because you know damn well you're not playing at 100%. Most people don't even know what playing at 100% is because if you live in America, I'm going to tell you guys something. I've been to South America, been to Africa with this company. I was not playing at 100%. And right now, I might even still be playing at 97%. Why? Because I grew up in America, where you can get by playing at 30%. People die to come to America because this is the easiest place in the world to get rich. But you can only do that by going all in. What does all in mean, Jay? Does it mean I quit my job as a P600 and all I do is this? No. All in means when you're doing something, that one thing you give it 100%. If you're eating dinner, you put your phone down, you eat dinner. You're all into that meal. If you're with your mom and you're spending time with your mom, you're all in spending time with your mom. And I've been a victim of this. I have been, I've been wrong about this. Am I on this call and watching TV? Am I trading? Am I even looking at J. Awal speak right now? Am I even taking notes? Because if you haven't been, you're not even all into this call. Guys, wants alone isn't going to do it. Everybody wants to be chairman. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Let's give yourself a break. You have to do it. You have to put in the work. You're going to fill your days anyway with action and work. You're going to work anyway. If not in this business, then for someone else's business. Why not fill it with things that you want? The number one reason and the only reason why people fail is because they quit. And you know what's crazy? Most people quit right before they start. Most people quit right before they start. They quit prospecting before they do their first call. They quit building a team before they even get one person on their team. Guys, being broke, okay, is not the way you were designed to be. We weren't designed to operate in lack, but we were designed to operate in abundance. Everything that you start, finish it. See what happens in your life. What else is stopping you from reaching your full potential? It's not about what we don't know that prevents us from succeeding. It's what we know just ain't so. It's what we know that what we aren't applying that's stopping us. We got to earn money without constantly giving our time for it. And that's what this business provides. Residual and investment income. Creating residual income isn't any harder than creating working income. It's just very, very different. You see, the majority of people go into a job interview asking, what are they going to earn, not what are they going to become? Think about that for a second. They're more concerned about what they're going to get paid for the hour as opposed to the skill sets they're going to learn to get them to that next level in life. Your job doesn't want you to be financially free, homie. The government doesn't want you to be financially free. They want you to produce for them and become an income-generating machine for the system. Creating financial freedom is not common knowledge. Can I be real with you guys? Can I be real? Drop it in the chat. Can I be real on this call? Can I be real? If you grew up in America, they taught you more about sexual education in high school and middle school than they did about financial education. They taught you more about contraceptives than they did about credit. Creating financial freedom isn't common knowledge. You have to go out and seek it yourself. You have to go out and seek it yourself. Go out and seek it yourself. Okay? It's something you have to go out and seek. The doctor doesn't go search for the patients, ladies and gentlemen. The patients go and search for the doctor. This thing, this company is cheap. I'm talking cheap, like a flock of birds cheap. $200 to get everything that we have. and still people don't see the value in it? How much is your freedom worth? There's 2 plans a part of this company, or a part of your life, excuse me. 2 plans. There's a 60-year plan and there's a 3-year plan. The 60-year plan is you're going to work from the age of 18, okay, to about, let's say 50-year plan, so about 18 to about 68 years old. You will be working the best hours of the day, the best days of your life, the best years of your life for someone else's dream. 50 years. 50 years. 50 years working for someone else's dream. Check this out. Did you know that the average convicted murder case in the United States is 20 years in prison? You working for someone else's dream is consecutively 3 murder convictions. The majority of people don't even make it to the age of 68. And if they do, they're either sick or broke. Why? Because of this thing called life deferment. Write this down, life deferment. I'm going to defer my life until I'm old enough to enjoy it. I'm going to work until I can retire. And when I retire, then I'll go to Europe for the first time. Then I'll buy my dream car. Then I'll take the love of my life on their dream vacation. Life deferment. That is an industrial age model, and the majority of people are using it during the information age. I have another plan. The 2 to 3 year plan. The 2 to 3 year plan where you go all into this business for 2 to 3 years. The average amount of time that it takes for a chairman to hit is 3 years in this business. And you live your life the way you designed to be living your life. It's not about $10,000 a month. It's not about the income. It's about the time and the plan. Taking the road less traveled by and actually traveling on it. Most of you come here on these calls as a victim of the 50-year plan. Being set up, programmed in mindset of lack of limitation early on in life, and you didn't even know. You didn't even know what was going on. But I just ruined that for you. Because now you know exactly where you're headed if you don't go all in. And you know exactly what the outcome is being 68, either tired or broke or both, because you've already seen it. And you know someone else dealing with that right now. So not one of you guys are going to get off this call, lay your beautiful face on the pillow tonight without thinking, I am not going to be a victim of this 50-year plan. Unless you are a full-fledged volunteer of the 50-year plan. Say, yep, I'll take that one. I want to be a 50-year planner. I want to be 68 going to freaking Spain, not even to jump off that cliff into the ocean. I'm probably not even going to the beach at 68 years old because I'm scared the sand is going to slip out from under my feet and I'm going to break my hip. You have to understand, guys, that this is your life. Your financial life depends on what you go out and seek, where you learn, and more importantly, what you implement in this life so that way you can become the best version of yourself. Every single one of you guys is going to make a decision today, and your decision is going to be based on whether or not you're willing to spend the $174 a month and willing to put in the action to back that plan to be able to get the results. And the answer for most people is usually no. Yes on this call, but no when your friends are inviting you out to that party. No when your girlfriend is saying, hey, let's go out to dinner 3 times a week. Let's watch another movie. But that's not necessarily the question here today and the focus of this. Because I have really decided in this business, after seeing the things that I've seen, it's not really easy to go on tour with, 2 chairman 750s multiple times and kind of go back to a normal life. That's kind of not easy. And some people rather be right than they'd rather be rich. They'd rather be right that they can learn how to trade on YouTube. They'd rather be right that they don't need to learn how to build in order to create massive, massive wealth. You can be right or you can be rich. And you got to ask yourself, who is counting on you to be successful? Because and my boy Corban says it all the time, your why has an expiration date. Nothing in this world has meaning except for the meaning that I give it. And if I didn't irritate you on this call, then let me say this one last thing. Pain is a more powerful motivator than pleasure. But yet pleasure is more powerful once you have felt the pain. Something's going to happen in your life, and I pray to God that it doesn't happen in your life. I pray to God that you don't have to go through things that I went through. I pray to God that you don't have to go through things that other people have went through to really ignite a fire under their butt for them to go all in. There are 2 ways that you can learn on a call like this. And one is just putting it in your back pocket and thinking like you're using it and just waiting for pain to come and actually for you to be able to take that out and look at it and be like, that's what he was talking about. You can either learn through understanding or through suffering. And the point of having a mentor is to learn from their suffering and understand you don't have to suffer to learn. People that have achieve a high level success, right? They have always touched the rock bottom, but they don't stay there. They make themselves numb to it and use it for fuel and not to their demise. My boy Cash Cartier is a prime example of this. He touched bottom, but he didn't stay there. He made himself numb to it and used it for fuel and not to their demise. The number one addiction in America is drama, because it distracts people from what's going on in their life and allows them to look at how bad others are doing, which then justifies someone else's position. I want you guys to reach a point of realism on this call with yourself where you keep it real and say, that's enough. Can you stand in the fire a little bit more in order for your life to change? Can you really stand in the fire of your own reality just a little bit tonight for you to be real with yourself and say, I'm not going all in. I've been taking this as a game. I don't really believe that I can become a chairman, because if I did, then I would have ran multiple calls today. If I did, then I would have taken every single note on every single piece of paper in my notebook. And if you've been in this company for more than a month, you'd have more than one notebook. For those of you guys that haven't realized and didn't stand up within yourself and put the searchlight on inside of yourself and really take this business seriously, I understand why. Because it's what's intuitive and counterintuitive. And if it was intuitive to you, then you would currently be doing it because that's what you do, and you would already be rich. You would already be chairman. You would already be a P5000, P2000, whatever it is. Guys, you have to get to a point where you're willing to jump, and every successful person has made the jump. And unless you do it, you're going to live relatively small. So when are you going to go all in? Write it in the chat. When are you going to go all in on you? Because it's the only bet that you have complete control of. So why not bet on yourself? Why not bet on yourself? This is a skill set. Every single part of this business can be learned. It is duplicatable. Every single part of this business can be learned. And it's your goal to study and implement, track and tweak. And I can't wait to see all of you guys go from being participants on this call to running this call. I can't wait to see all of you guys as literally the next chairman 10s a part of this company, the next 6 and 7 figures traders a part of this company, because we have 300,000 people a part of this company and we have 220 people on this call. So if it's not you, then who is it? Guys, I'm blessed and grateful. It has been my honor. I am very honored to be here and share a little bit of knowledge of what it is that we can do here together. I'm going to go ahead and drop my Instagram in the chat. I would love for you guys to reach out to me, share what it is, how I can help you get to that next level. I'm willing and able. I'm a servant when it comes to this business, and I'm super excited for the things that are going to happen inside this company and the things that are going to happen inside of your life for just being on this call. So with that being said, much love. I have a presentation call to run now at 11 p.m. The grind doesn't stop. Let's move. Get off this call. Look at yourself in the mirror. Have that conversation, and let's get it. Take care. Bless up. I am Mastery Academy. It's been real.